Good evening, everyone. Welcome to the Kitchen Hero cooking session. Today, it's all about changing the way you think about home cooking. I'm just gonna give a minute or two for everyone to join and get on the live here. Hello, Andrea. How you doing? So guys, today I have my computer here where I can look at the presentation that I'm going to show you guys. I also have another computer on the side here so I can see your comments. And I'll be looking into all the sides here also in the camera. So if you see me looking to the side, you know that I'm just checking on your comments or the presentation. Hello, Michelle from Brisbane, not far from us. Elizabeth, the Blue Mountains. I never been to the Blue Mountains. I really want to get down there. Hello, Carrie. How you doing? Awesome. Nerida, good evening from Foster, Brisbane. Hi, Roger. Simone, how you doing? Good to see you. Joshua, how are you? Good day. Sydney. This is awesome. Ian, Central Coast, there's people from everywhere. We had people signing up from all around Australia, quite a few people from Canada, actually, a few from United States, also from the UK. There was people even from Malaysia that said we're going to join. Breezy, hello, Linda, Graham, Cheryl, Jennifer, Sally, wow, everyone is coming in. This is awesome. There's people from everywhere. So today, guys, today is not going to be just a live chat like we did over the last couple of weeks. Today, we're going to do a full cooking session. Today, my goal here is to share with you guys a new plan that will help you prepare quick, healthy meals, but also save money on groceries and takeaway. That's very important these days. Everything is so expensive. We're all trying to find ways to save, and there's a lot of savings we can do on food, and I'm going to show that to you guys tonight. Hello, Martina, Elizabeth, how you doing? Lennox Head, yes. Anne from Tasmania. Hello, Doreen from the UK. Wow, people from different countries. This is awesome. So, guys, let's get started with our cooking session today. So the way it's going to work, I'm going to have a presentation here for you guys where we're going to cover today the 4 pillars of home cooking, the 4 pillars that I like to apply with my students, that I apply on my kitchen as well, and that I also apply in my client's house when I'm meal prepping for my clients. I will have 3 cameras today working. I have one here for the presentation, and at the end of the presentation, when we go and cook a meal, I'm going to have right here next to me in my kitchen another 2 cameras where you're going to be able to see a few different angles of me preparing the meal. Should be a very dynamic lesson. You guys are welcome to send any questions here. Like I said, I have my computer set up here so I can read your comments here on my side, and I'm going to try to answer all your questions that you have. So everyone leaves here ready to start cooking, to make a change. We're going to cover all about intuitive cooking. We'll also be talking about shopping through way, how to make your shopping a lot easier. We'll cover planning. We're going to also cover how to cook more efficiently, because a lot of times people know how to shop, they know how to plan, but cooking more efficiently is where we can save a lot of time in the kitchen. In the end of the day, we all want to eat quick, healthy meals, but we don't want to spend the whole day in the kitchen. No one likes spending the whole day in the kitchen. I know I don't like spending all day in the kitchen, even though I love cooking. I want to cook, I want to enjoy my meal, I want to gather with my family and friends, but then I also want to go and enjoy the rest of the day, do the things that I really love, spend time with my family, spend time on the beach, surfing, do the things that I love. All right. Hello, Priscila. Vamos. There's a few Brazilians joining as well. Robin, how you doing? Carmen, Wellington, New Zealand. I love New Zealand. New Zealand is one of my favorite places. I lived in New Zealand about 20 years ago in Gizzy, one of my favorite surf spots. All right, so let's get started on this. So I noticed that a few of you guys have started following my journey about a month to 3 months ago. So for you guys that don't know me that well, I have been cooking for 18 years. I coached lots of teams, chefs, kitchen staff in how to implement systems at a commercial level and also perform at a higher level. I work for a lot of healthy treats as a private chef at family homes and private events as well. But none of that matters. My experience doesn't matter. The only thing that really matters is that I really am passionate about cooking from home, about eating healthier, about finding ways to cook better food at home and save money too. And that's what I want to offer to you guys, my full support, so you guys can also start a new journey, so you can start to cook more from home. I know that a lot of you guys already cook from home. Some of you might be looking for some ideas. Some of you need some help with maybe organizing your menus, planning ahead, cooking more efficiently, finding ways to save money with shopping. So we're going to cover all of that in here tonight. Now, the reason I want to give you guys a plan is because for a long time I had no plan. Or when I had a plan, I thought that I had a plan, but my plan wasn't really working. I was still spending a lot of money on takeaway food. I was eating unhealthy. I wasn't cooking much from home at all back in the day. I was already a professional chef, but every time I would get home, I would be tired, I would feel lazy, I would be overwhelmed from my daily duties, and I would not want to cook. So I would go and eat some unhealthy takeaway. I would spend a lot of my money that I was making. Instead of saving, I was spending a lot of it into meals that were not helping with my health goals. And I know a lot of you guys also don't like to do the cleanup after cooking your meals. You probably have some fussy eaters at home that might not be keen on eating anything. And it can be very overwhelming and stressing when you have a full day, when you have a big family, or sometimes even when you live on your own, it can be very tricky to get organized, to plan your meals, to cook them consistently. Sometimes we get cooking for a few days and then we lose our motivation, we run out of ideas, we start to lose our confidence in the kitchen. And a lot of times that happens because we don't have a plan, because we don't know how to get organized, because we don't know exactly what to do to make our lives easier. But we're going to tackle that tonight in here. It's time for a change. And why waste money on crap takeaway food if you can cook quick, healthy meals for a fraction of the price? It's a lot cheaper actually to cook your meals from home. And we're going to look into that a lot today. We're going to talk a lot about how to save money and the prices of things that are through the roof at the moment. I'm sure a lot of you guys have noticed the price, and you guys mentioned in the quiz. I thank you very much for everyone who answered the quiz, because that helped me a lot to see the challenge that you guys have, to see how I can help you guys better, and also to bring back your inspiration. Does any of you guys relate to that? Sometimes do you feel tired, overwhelmed, feeling even lazy because you had a big day at work? All you want to do is sit in the couch to watch a movie, to relax. Do any of you guys relate to that? Let me know in the comments here. I'm just going to have a look in the comments, see how it's all looking here. Hello, Rafa, my friend. Thank you so much for all your help. Deborah, yes, Marinea, so expensive nowadays. Shopping, it's extremely expensive nowadays. I must say, like, because I'm always shopping, I get a lot of ingredients delivered to my home, but I also go to the supermarket. And why I go to the supermarket? Because I want to know what's going on with the pricing, because I want to see the produce in the supermarket so I can share with you guys ways of getting around the pricing, getting better produce, and shopping more smart. I do get a lot of my deliveries in here, but I've been noticing lately a lot of price increases. I must say I noticed about 15 to 20% increase on the supermarkets, but also on my suppliers as well, because everyone needs to raise their price. The cost of living is more expensive. A lot of people are struggling with their mortgages, with paying the school for the kids, with even buying the basics, filling up the fuel. All those things make it a lot harder, becomes a struggle for a lot of people. So if you feel like that, you are not alone. But don't worry, there are ways to work around that. Now, here's a comparison that I made for you guys, so you see how much more expensive it is if you are eating takeaway often or you are cooking your meals from home. The average spend on takeaway in Australia, and I'm sure it will be very similar in other places of the world, is $60 a week. And this is the average. There are people that are shopping daily they are buying daily takeaway food because they don't know how to cook. Me, for example, I hardly order any takeaway. Of course, I'll go and enjoy a meal out with my wife, Camila, with my friends. I will go and eat a pizza sometimes. I love eating a beef burger. There is nothing wrong with that. The problem is when we start to eat those things on a regular basis, and it is a lot more expensive. So looking at this calculation here, if you look at $60 a week, that's about 3 meals. If you look at a takeaway, it's usually about $20 for a butter chicken or a curry or something like that. And know this, when you are paying $20 for a meal, the ingredients will be very low quality. I know that because I have been on the industry for 18 years. I know exactly how prices are done in restaurants, how everything gets priced. And there is a huge margin. If you are home cooking your meal, so let's look at one meal, take away $20, home cooked, that same meal on the same level of ingredients will be $5, and you'll be saving $15 in one meal. But if we look at 3 meals a week, that's $45. And if you go into a whole year spending the average $60 a week, you'll be spending $2,340 a week. That's for one person. Now imagine a couple. That's almost $5,000. $5,000 is a very good holiday. You can go to Bali. You can go and visit your family. If you live in a different country, there are a lot of places that a couple could go with $5,000. And this is just looking at the average. And I'll share with you guys how I know that. Why do I know that? Because the way that restaurants price their meals, usually there's a very simple calculation. There is a standard in the industry, at least in Australia. So you get the cost, you do it times 4 plus 10% to cover a few extras and wastage. And some restaurants will do the cost times 5. And it's not because the restaurants want to rip us off. Yes, some places do take advantage. I agree with that. But they also have a lot of costs. It's very expensive to pay for staff, rent. It's extremely expensive. There's a crisis in houses, but there's also a crisis in business establishments as well. It's very expensive to rent a business established. And those costs, they have to take somewhere. And unfortunately, it's not the government that is going to pay for it. It's us, the final customer. So let's be mindful. The first place to save money is stopping to eat takeaway food on a regular basis. And I'm not saying completely stop, never order a takeaway. No. Don't be extreme. Everyone needs a break sometimes. But let's just be mindful that if we are buying takeaway often, we are wasting money. If we cook the meals from home, we're going to save money. We're going to put that money into our pocket to buy something that we want to buy, to go for a holiday with the family or with your partner or on your own as well. So let's be mindful of that. And it's not just about the money. It's much more than that. It's your health that is on the table. It's the confidence to know that the doctor exams won't bring any bad news. It's losing those extra kilos to bring back your self-esteem. I know it happens to me. When I went on my last holiday, Camila and I went to America. We spent 3 months traveling, cooking a lot from home, but I also ate a lot of beef burgers, pizza. I went and enjoyed myself. And I could see that I was putting on a lot of weight. I came back home 5.5, almost 6 kilos bigger than I was. And it's okay. I was prepared for that. But then I had to look after myself to get back on my normal weight, to feel good again, to be fit, to be happy with the person that I was looking at in the mirror. And also, if you are cooking from home, you're going to enjoy a lot more free time for yourself. A lot of people have this misconception that if you are ordering a takeaway or a delivery, you are saving time. You're not actually saving time. You are saving time if you are prepared in advance, if you have your meals ready to go in the fridge, if you have your ingredients at home to cook a very quick one-pan meal. So it's not just about the money, it's also your health. It's the time with your family and friends, it's your confidence, it's your self-esteem. Cooking from home is the way to eat healthier, and all of that is going to impact on your lifestyle. Very, very important thing to think about. Just going to have a quick look in the comments here. Hardly buy takeout. Robin, I spend $80 to $100 a week. Too expensive these days. That's right, Robin. That's a lot of money. If you think of it, $100 a week, that's $5,200 a year. That's a lot of money to go and take away. Rafaela, I buy at least 3 times a week. That's it. Lindy, too many unhealthy ingredients on takeaways. And that's another thing. Lindy raised a good point here. There's a lot of unhealthy ingredients on takeaway. And usually, if you are paying $15, $20, you can be sure that the ingredients will be low quality. Because if you think of it, if you're buying a chicken curry, chicken breast is about $13 to $18 a kilo, depending if you are getting the free range or the non-free range. And how a meal, it's going to cost $20 and cover about 200 grams. Let's say 200 grams is about $4 of chicken. Plus, it's got to cover all the veggies, plus the rent, plus the wages, which are very expensive. So be mindful of that. Sometimes we think, oh, this place it's very cost effective, it's cheap. But sometimes you paying the price on the ingredients. It's something to think about. Leo, I used to love to eat out, but I feel that lately restaurants are losing quality. That's it, Leo. Restaurants, and it's not, see, this is a very interesting point that Leo raised. It's not just the restaurants losing quality. It's because they have to reduce their costs. They're not just losing quality on the ingredients, but they also have to have less staff on board. There's less people working. A lot of people, once we had COVID, they left the country, and it's been a huge problem for the industry to find good workers, hard workers, qualified chefs and managers and supervisors, front of the house. And the standard dropped a lot. I have noticed that a lot. I went to a place the other day here in Byron Bay, a burger place. I wanted to have a burger there with my friends we were visiting. And we noticed the burger, yes, was a good burger, but it was very small. And also the place looked so dirty. They had only 3 staff on. And it's a very busy place right on the heart of town. And I know that they were struggling with staff because I could see everyone running around. So what the business owners are doing, of course, some take advantage of this, but they'll have less people on. They'll save on ingredients. And this way, they're going to try to make the ends meet, so they make a profit. But sometimes it's very hard. If you compromise on quality, it can be very, very bad for the business reputations. All right, let's go next here. So guys, the best day to start making a positive change was yesterday. The second best day is today. And today, we're going to start to change those things. Like I said, I'm going to give you guys a full new plan with a lot of details. So at the end, stay until the end of the lesson. We're going to cook at the end as well, but I'm going to give you guys all these materials you're going to receive on your email. We're going to share on the VIP group as well on the WhatsApp. So I'm going to send you the new plan, infographic, just as a guide for you guys. You don't need to worry about taking notes too much because I have done a recap of this lesson. It's ready to go. The recap is ready to go on a folder as well that I'm going to send to you guys. I'm also going to give to you guys the seasonal produce for autumn, the list of seasonal produce, because buying seasonal produce is a great way to save money. That's how we save a lot of money. And I'll give you some examples on that as well. And also, I'm going to give to you guys another surprise at the end. We're also going to do a giveaway at the end. There's going to be a giveaway of a cheese board, a few cheese boards. I'm going to explain at the end how it works. I also learned to make bread better because our last bakery closed this week. Only have a supermarket bread. Oh no, Deborah, I make my own pasta and bread. That's great. When you do things from scratch, you do save a lot of money and you know exactly the ingredients that are in there. All right, let's keep going. Let's keep moving with this presentation here. Cooking is not about having a gift or being a professional chef. Anyone can be a better cook, and I'm gonna prove to you guys that today. I had some students that had no idea on how to cook. Also some that knew how to cook a bit, but couldn't get organized. But I'm gonna show to you guys that anyone can do the meals from home and actually save some money and spend less time in the kitchen and have more free time. Like Lucy here, she said that after she did the Kitchen Hero course, she was spending less time in the kitchen, and she's not giving up. She's making some amazing meals at home, and this can happen to you too. So don't worry about that. And how I'm gonna show that to you guys. Like I said, I'm gonna cover the 4 pillars of home cooking. We're gonna jump into them right now, but from tomorrow, you guys gonna be able to start to get organized, to plan your meals, to organize your kitchen, to have a pantry set up, so you don't have to run to the shops last minute, because that wastes a lot of our time as well. And you also, after today, you know how to set up. I'm gonna show you guys here next to me how to set up the bench, the prep bench, so you can work more efficiently as well. So you have less wash up at the end. That's number 1 thing. We're gonna talk about cleaning as you go today. So let's jump into the 4 pillars. And I always like to say this: if you give man a fish, you feed him for a day. If you teach a man to fish or to cook, you feed him for a lifetime. And that's how I feel. That's how I feel knowing how to cook. And I want to share that with you guys, so you feel the same. So you feel that you can open the fridge and cook a meal with whatever is in there. You not need to order a takeaway last minute. You not need to run to the shops because you don't have an ingredient. You're going to be able to come up with something with what you have in the fridge, with what you have in your pantry, and also in the freezer, because we're going to learn how to organize that in a way that you can cook quicker. In 10 to 20 minutes, you won't need much more time than that, because you're going to be ready to go. Let's have a quick look in the comments here. Just going to have a little drink of water quickly. And let's get it done. All right. So here, let's start with the 4 pillars, 4 home cooking pillars. First, your relationship with cooking. This is the most important pillar, because your relationship with food is what's going to dictate everything else. It's your mindset. It's your mindset around cooking. A lot of times we think that cooking is a chore, that cooking is annoying, we don't like cooking, we get stressed, we get overwhelmed when we know we have to cook. Just thinking about cooking for some people, it's already a stress. Especially I see for a lot of moms who have to deal with the kids all day, or sometimes they gotta go to work, pick up the kids at school, go straight home and cook a meal. I know it can be very challenging. It is a true challenge to keep motivated as well, because if you don't have a plan and you are doing last minute decisions all the time, you get stressed. And this happens in every area of your life. It's not just with cooking, it's with business, it's in your relationship, it's with the kids, is if you are building a house as well. Anything, if you don't have a plan, if you are making last minute decisions, can be very stressful, and we want to address that. Cooking from home should make your life easier and not harder. Should save you some money, should save you time, and should also be an opportunity to create moments with your family, with your partner, with your housemates, or a moment for yourself to be on your own, listening to some music, to a podcast, and really enjoy that moment, because you are about to nourish yourself. Cook to reach your goals. Cook so you free your time, so you lose weight, so you get healthy, so you save money, so you reach whichever goal that you have. Your relationship with food, it's very, very important. It's very, very common for people to lose their motivation, to run out of ideas. And once you lose your motivation, it's very hard to get it back. And recipe books won't bring your inspiration back and your motivation. Recipes are actually causing more harm than good in some cases. I'm going to explain that later, but recipes, following recipes too strictly might be what is slowing you down a lot. And we're going to talk about that on the fourth pillar, smart cooking. But let's keep going with your relationship with food. Keep that thought. Recipes might be slowing you down, and I'm going to explain you why. Great to have recipes, but let's get back into that. And, you know, in the other hand, some people really enjoy cooking. Like myself, like Camila, I've seen my mom enjoys cooking. A lot of my friends enjoy cooking. So why not try to make the most out of that moment? If some people enjoy, it's because they know how to do it in a way that they don't struggle. Usually, if we struggle with something, we don't enjoy. If we know how to do something well, then of course we enjoy. Like, for example, swimming. I'm not a strong swimmer, and if I have to swim, I struggle a little bit. So I don't like to go for swims on my daily basis. But if I have to go for a surf or practice Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, which I love practicing martial arts, I feel confident because I know how to do it. And that's the same thing with cooking. If you know what to do, it becomes a lot easier. And if you are cooking from home, if you are not cooking from home, if something is stopping you from cooking from home, it's usually, this is the answers that you guys gave to me. I'm too busy. I hate washing up. It's not worth cooking just for one people. It takes too long. Healthy is expensive. I don't know where to start. Those are all very valid points. This is all true, and it's very important that we identify what's stopping us from cooking, because then we can make a change. And maybe you are one of the persons that is already cooking. You know how to cook, but you have some challenges that are making it harder for you. This could be that you know how to cook, but you need more ideas. You lost inspiration. You don't have time to cook. You have some fussy eaters at home. It can be your partner. It can be the kids. Maybe you find yourself a fussy eater, and that's stopping you from cooking more. Or maybe you just need a plan that works. Maybe your plan is not working. Maybe you don't have a plan, but today you're going to leave this lesson with a plan. And I was this person that was not cooking from home. When I was young, when I was 19, 20 years old, 21, I almost hit 100 kilos because I was eating a lot of takeaway food. I was spending a lot of money on Burger King, McDonald's, KFC. It was actually when I was living in New Zealand. And I always thought, nah, cooking from home is a waste of time. It's cheaper to just eat somewhere. I would get a butter chicken or a curry or a stir fry. And yes, some of those meals were not too bad, but I was spending a lot of money. I was not saving any money. I was making money at work, but all my money was going to food or sometimes into drinking a beer at the weekends, and nothing wrong with those things. But that's where our money starts to go. And like a lot of people said on the comments here, the cost of living, the costs of restaurants, everything, it's more expensive these days. So we need to be mindful about that. But I was also that person. That's why I said at the start of the lesson, I never had a plan until I became a chef. And even when I became a chef, was very hard still. I was like, okay, I know how to cook, but I cannot get organized. And then a few things starts to click, and I started to work in some places where were a bit more health driven. So I started to learn ways of eating healthier, of cooking quicker, but still having a healthy meal on my plate for a fraction of the price. And that's what we're going to be doing today. We're going to be looking at those options here. I'm just going to have a look at the comments here. I'm a recipe hoarder, not proud of it. Kim, we're going to change that today, Kim. Let me show you how we can change that. Rafaela, what a great class. Thanks, Rafa. Thank you. Deborah, I definitely turned that around, and cooking is my passion. Awesome. That's great. And today my goal is that we have 140 people on the live tonight. I'm super stoked. That's a lot of people, 147 now. So I want to make sure that my goal today is that everyone feels like Deborah, that you turn around and start to cook with passion, start to cook more from home. It doesn't need to be every day, but if you start to do small changes is where you start to notice the change and feel motivated and feel inspired. And it's not about being extreme. When I say eating healthier, guys, it's not about being extreme. It's about having a small change. What's an improvement for me is different from what's an improvement for you or for Deborah or for Kim or for Rafaela or for Leo. There's a lot of people in here. Everyone is different. We are all living a different life. We all have different needs. We all different inside and outside and in our head. So we got to be mindful of that any change is better than no change. So today we're going to start to make a few little changes, and you guys should be able to do that on your own. Trying to stick to seasonal produce now. That's great. All right, let's keep going here. Now, after we've seen what's stopping you from cooking at home, what the challenges are, the three main challenges that I really see that are stopping people from cooking at home, it's the planning, it's keeping inspired, and it's keeping efficient. That's the three main things that I would like to tackle with you guys together. Let's tackle together, me and you, planning, keeping inspired, and cooking more efficiently. And we're going to do that on a cooking session here. You guys, I'm actually going to give you guys two options of what I should cook tonight. I'm going to cook everything from my veggie box that came in today. I had some things organized as well in my freezer, in my fridge. I did not have to run to the shops last minute because I was already organized. And I want to change the way you think about home cooking. Like this student of mine that said that the learnings that she had for cooking in the Kitchen Hero program helped her change her life. And I'm going to talk a bit more at the end about the Kitchen Hero program. Let's not talk about that now, but there are ways that you guys can do that as well. And we're going to cover all of that. Now, number 2, the 4 home cooking pillars. Pillar number 2, organizing your kitchen. You already know your relationship with cooking needs some change in there. So you are motivated. So you not making last minute decisions. So you are inspired and also have more ideas, because we're going to talk about the ideas down the track actually. But a lot of times it's not the ideas that you're missing. It's the inspiration, it's the motivation and the confidence to cook as well. So when you organize your kitchen, very important, basic tools and equipment. You do not need a fancy kitchen. I'm going to cook here today from my kitchen. You guys will see it's not a fancy kitchen. It's a small kitchen. I have everything that I need. I have a stove. I have some pots and pans. I have a bench. Some people have very small benches. But even with a small bench, it's possible to cook. I have cooked from super fancy kitchens into events, but also some very, very small kitchenettes while traveling. And I could cook the same meals in both places. It's just a matter of getting organized. Set up your pantry as well. Very important to have things in your pantry that gonna be handed to you, like rices and pastas and quinoa, grains. Also, a few of your favorite canned veggies as well, because they can be very handy when you are tired, like beans, like tomatoes, chickpeas. There's all sort of things. Those are only a few of the things that I like coconut cream. If you want to do a curry, have a curry paste. Have those things stocked in there. Have your oils, olive oil, sesame oil, any oil that you like, chili oil. Have also your vinegars in there, so you don't have to run to the shops last minute, because that's when we start to waste time. That's when we start to spend more money, when we go to the shops at the last minute. And that's what we're going to cover on Shopping Made Easy. How we can make shopping easier and also less stressful, especially if you have kids. It can be very stressful to go into the shops. But if you know how to get organized, it's pretty easy, it's pretty simple, and anyone can do it. And I'm gonna show you guys my 3-way shopping system, which is wash, dry, and store. So your produce is ready to go and you don't have to do it just before cooking. Okay. You guys good in there? Just gonna have a quick comment in here. A quick check on the comments. Hi, Chris. How you doing? Camila, I struggle to follow recipes. At least 3 oils. That's it, Deborah. Couldn't live without fresh herbs. Fresh herbs are great, Kim. Such a good idea to have the fresh herbs. That's it, Ruth. I love this comment, Ruth. Don't be afraid to compromise and use an alternative ingredient. That's exactly what we're going to talk about when we talk about recipes on smart cooking. I love it. Okay, now simplify your shopping and never waste food again. A lot of times people waste a lot of time in the shops. And I know that we have this mindset sometimes, oh, after work, after school pickup, I'm just going to stop by the shops quickly. And then you do it once on the week, you do it twice, you do it 3 times. When you see you went 3 times, and then you get to the shops, you see someone you have a chat, the kids start to run crazy, they start to want to buy everything, and then it becomes overwhelming for you. And then you see a lot of things there that you might not need, and you start to shopping. And when you see, you spend hours in the shops. Sometimes you spend an hour, 2 hours, 3 hours a week. Let me know in the comments here, how many hours a week do you guys spend on shopping? Roughly, let me know here how many the times a week, and actually some hours as well that you think you're spending in there. I love to see all the interaction here, Cheryl and Ruth. I love to see the interaction, guys. That's what's all about. Okay, there's a little delay here. Once a week, 2 hours in total each week. Leo. Marinea, once awesome, but a few hours to shop around to get bargains. That's where I want to get. Judith, that's where I wanted to get. Shop online, it's easier. Shopping online is where you save a lot of time and money as well. And I'm going to explain to you guys why in a second. And look, it doesn't matter. Like, everyone have different routines. A lot of people actually enjoy going to the shops. I know my wife, Camila, she enjoys going to the shop. She told me once, I said, Camila, let's start to order everything online so we don't have to go there anymore. And she said she actually enjoys going to the shops. And I was like, okay, let's go for a cruise. We go to the beach, and then we go to the shops after. But then what happens? Knowing ourselves, we start to walk. We get a few things, we get our fruit and veg, and then you walk through the chocolate aisle. We cannot resist the chocolate aisle. I know a few people have their weak points, and for us, it's the chocolate. So we're going to go there. Okay, let's buy a chocolate. Maybe let's get 2 because we might eat this one on the way. And then it starts. The snowball, like, you start to buy a few things that you don't need. Sometimes you get to the shops and you buy something just because it looks good, but you actually not even know what you're going to do with it. So that's when we start to waste money and time as well. And not just that. Imagine if you knew exactly what you're going to buy, and you would go to the shops once a week, or you have everything delivered to your door. You save all of that time. So I see people saying here, I spend 2 hours, 3 hours a week, 2 times a week, 3 times a week. Imagine if everything gets delivered to your door, or you reduce that amount of time that you are spending at the shops, and you have that time to actually cook. Because I'm going to show to you guys today how to get into the system. I'm going to give you a 5-day menu plan at the end that you guys should be able to cook in 2 hours, in less than 2 hours. So if you are saving 2 hours that you were going to the shops, and you're cooking all your meals for the week, so you don't have to cook any other day, maybe on Saturday or Sunday, you go out, you have friends over, you do something different, but you're going to cover Monday to Friday with a 5-day menu that I'm going to give to you guys at the end with the shopping list, and also a step-by-step on how to cook more efficient, everything in the right order. If you do that, you're going to be trading hours at the supermarket for meals ready for the week. And that's what I like to say when people tell me they don't have time. But if you are spending 2-3 hours a week in the shops, if instead maybe you order delivered to your door, because even though like we get our veg box delivery here, but some places don't have a veggie box. But most places in Australia and in other places in America, in England, everywhere, there are supermarkets that deliver to your doorstep. And I know you might not be able to choose the fruit and veg, because some people say that they like to choose their fruit and veg. But let's say if you go once a week, buy your fruit and veg and everything, but all the other times you eliminate. You're just going once a week to the shops, have everything delivered to your doorstep. Don't waste time going there. Waste that time, use that time to plan your menu, to enjoy with your family, to read a book, to do something that you really enjoy. You'll be trading hours at the supermarket for meals. And that's a good way to save your time. Also have your meals ready in the fridge. Going to the shops can be very, very tricky, because the more we go there, the more we will spend. Like I said, like when Camila and I go, we always see something else that is maybe on special, that it's maybe looking good, like I said. So there are things that you guys can do to start saving. And I made a list right here. Shop online. No last minute trips to the shop. Buy seasonal Australian produce only. And why I say Australian produce only? Because imported produce is more expensive. I'll give you an example. Grapes. The other day, I went to buy grapes. It was not on season in Australia. I needed for an event. And the grapes were $18 a kilo. That's more expensive than chicken. But I really needed to get a little bit because my client have requested. Another one, lemons. There's a small period of time in the year that we don't get lemons in Australia. In some areas, we don't get any lemons. It happened here in Byron before that we had about 4 weeks, 5 weeks that the lemons were coming from America, and it was much more expensive. Asparagus as well. Sometimes we can't get the Australian asparagus because it's off season. We end up getting them from Mexico. We're paying for the import tax. We're paying for the transport as well, to fly them here, to get them on a boat, however it is. So try to focus on seasonal produce, and also having the produce that is right on season, because it's going to be cheaper. Like it happened before. I went to get some broccoli. Broccoli was $10.99 a kilo. Now it's back at $6.99, $7.99. And if with this colder weather now, we're going to start to get more broccoli as well. So the broccoli is going to become cheaper. So try to look at that. And for that, I have a list for you guys. You're going to get at the end. It's the seasonal produce list with the autumn produce that I recommend you guys be buying now. Pantry items. Buy in bulk and on special. I seen someone said before here through the comments that they were shopping for longer, but to look for the bargains. That's great. If you are looking for the bargains, try to do that and buy the pantry items in bulk as well. Because look what Kim is saying here. I go shopping with a list and come back with 200% more than I need. This is so common. And it's not your fault, Kim. It's no one else's fault as well. It happens because supermarkets, grocery stores, they are in business. They're using their marketing tools. They're trying to find ways to make you buy more. And impulse buying is a big problem, especially if you are hungry. Never go to the shops hungry. That's my pro tip for you guys, because I know if I go there hungry after a serve, I'm going to spend more money. Also, your protein, buy in bulk, portion, store in your fridge, cryovac, put in the freezer. Find a way that works best for you. What's best for me, maybe it's not best for you. So try to find what works best for you. What I like to do, for example, my fish, you guys will see today, I did this in purpose to give you an example. The fish shop is 30 minutes from my house, the good fish shop in Byron Bay, the Bay Seafood Market, which is amazing fish. I have been buying from them for 10 years, but it's 30 minutes away. The return trip is 80 kilometers. I don't want to go there every time I want to buy a piece of fish. And I do like to eat my fish fresh, but it's a better option still to buy a big piece, cut it, portion, put into sandwich bags, containers, however you want to do. Keep it in the freezer so when you need it, you defrost. And also, good tip here for you guys, if you go to the fish shop, try not to buy the little pieces already portioned at the counter. Try to get a bigger piece. Ask for a side of salmon or a side of Spanish mackerel or snapper so they get it in the back. This way you're going to get fresher, because usually what's at the front is what they need to move first. Adjust your meals to what's on special. If you plan your menu, you got there and you have on your menu that you're going to buy Scotch fillet, but you get there and maybe the rump or the porterhouse or the sirloin, it's on special, it's a lot cheaper. Do those small change last minute. Those are the decisions that you should be making last minute if it's to save money. But don't do other decisions at last minute. Don't leave all your dinner to decide what you're going to do in the last minute, because you will spend more money like that. And also, obviously, if some people shop at Kohl's and Woolworths rewards program, the everyday extra, not trying to do any advertising here for Woolies, just trying to find ways for you guys. I actually don't shop that much at Woolies and Kohl's, but I do go there because I want to know what the price is, what the produce looks like, so I can share with my students as well. Because if I only get my produce from my suppliers, yes, I will spend a bit less. It will be more convenient, but I'm not going to be able to tell you guys how I would work around that. And I know some people avoid going to Kohl's and Woolworths, and they are big corporations, and I don't agree with the price gouging that they do, and a lot of the things that they do I actually don't like at all. But the reality is, for a lot of people, it's the only option, and we need to understand that and respect that, because some people, they have to shop at Kohl's, they have to shop at Woolies, and there are some good brands that sell at Kohl's and Woolworths as well. There's some great products in there. There are some of the local brands in there as well. There are some good, especially here in Byron, they do sell a few of the local brands in there too. So sometimes we need to find a fine balance as well. Yes, I don't want to go to Woolies all the time, but there are a few things that if are on special, it might be cheaper there sometimes than at my suppliers too, because it's all very volatile. There are specials all the time. And another one that I wanted to say to you guys, like the pantry items, buy in bulk, the olive oil, for example. I see some of my clients, they go and buy the olive oil, 500 mil, and they end up paying about $2.50, sometimes $3 per liter. And you can see these on the price tags in there. If you go and buy a big 3-liter, 4-liter olive oil, you might be paying $1.20, $1.30, sometimes $1 for the olive oil. So look at those things. If you can afford to buy a big one, have it on your cupboard, try to do that, because you're going to save on the long run. And those things, they don't go off as well. Just going to have a quick look at the comments here. Tracy saying here, Jenny, he said he has made the notes. That's right. That's right, Jane. I have made all the notes for you guys. I have a recap for this lesson. So at the end of the lesson, I'm going to give to you guys the recap. I'm going to give you a 5-day menu plan with the shopping lists, with the step-by-step. That's one of the menu plans. Menu plan B, if I can remember, from the Kitchen Hero program. You're going to get the seasonal produce list. You guys also get the new plan infographic on how to guide you guys through this journey here. There's a few cool resources that I prepared with my wife Camila for you guys. And also I'm going to do the giveaway at the end as well for some cheese boards. I got the cheese board up there. I'm going to show it to you guys later on. Oh, just did a little thumbs up here. Must be a feature of YouTube. That's funny. All right, let's keep going. I'm just going to unpin this comment here. Now the 3-way shopping, guys. This is where I like to save time and also reduce my waste. Every time I go shopping or when I get my produce delivered to my doorstep, like today, I got my veggie box in here. Fresh produce, when it gets into our house, it gets washed on spot. I posted a video yesterday on my Instagram showing how I do the whole process. But it's very important that you get your produce, you wash, dry properly, and then you store in an airtight container with some paper underneath for the leaves and for the veggies as well, and on top, because all that moisture that builds up in there in the fridge, that's going to spoil your produce quicker, especially the leaves. And why do I do the wash? I like to wash it because it's ready to go. So this way I spend a little bit more time when my produce arrive, but everything is ready. So when I go to cook, I don't need to wash the lettuce. I don't need to wash the carrots, the zucchini. Later on, when we go and cook here, everything is already washed. So I don't have to rinse everything because there is a bit of dirt in there. There is sometimes some little ants or anything. There's all sort of animals in there. Sometimes the like kind of little worms inside the lettuce. And if you have them ready to go, especially the leaves, you're gonna eat more salads. You're gonna eat healthier. Your apples, your pears, everything on the fruit bowl ready to go. You just grab it, can eat straight away. This way you're not gonna waste your food. There's nothing worse than when you get your lettuce, you put at the bottom drawer, the crisper, and then it stays there for a week. And then you look at it and you're like, oh, I'm not going to use it now because I have to wash. And then you leave for another day and another day. And then next time you go and look, it's already looking a bit sad. So now it's dirty and it's sad. And you leave it and you leave it. And then when you see, it's gone. $3, $4, $5 in the bin because it's not good anymore. But if everything is ready to go, then you guys going to cook more. You guys going to use all the produce that is in there. And you're going to be this way saving time and saving money, because when you go and cook your meals, everything is ready to go. I do that to all my clients. I do that for my own cooking, and I recommend all my students to do that as well. So wash, dry, and store. That's the three-way shopping. That's how you have everything ready to go. I'm just going to have a quick look here. I'm loving to see you guys are very active on the comments here. We don't have veggie box in Trinidad. Oh, wow, Mark. Welcome to the live, Trinidad. I seen that there was someone from Trinidad in the quiz, because I seen that you when you sign up for the masterclass, I seen in there. And you answered the quiz, I'm pretty sure, because there was one person from Trinidad that answered the quiz. I read all the answers that you guys sent on the quiz. It really, really helps me. Apparently, it's a great of adulterated fake oil being sold. Canola oil, it dyes green. Yes, the oils is a very, very tricky one. All right. Look at this one here. Elizabeth. My husband works at the produce markets and washes everything at home. You would be surprised where the fruit and veg get taken. That's very good feedback for everyone, Elizabeth. And all sorts of things happen. We don't know the process of the veggies until they get to us. Maybe some animals go over the top, like who knows, the crawling animals, everything can happen. So it's very important to wash everything. Let's have a look here. Corina, would you pre-cut? Corina, I would cut the leaves and leave them wash. I don't pre-cut all my veggies, but some things sometimes it's very handy to have it pre-cut as well, especially depending on how you're going to cook your meals. We're going to talk about how to plan the meals and deciding if you're going to cook on batch cooking, if you're going to cook twice a week, or if you're going to cook the meals daily, depending on the system that you choose for yourself, because everyone will be different. It might be handy to pre-cut a few things. For myself, usually, I either do small batch cookings, like of every 2-3 days, or I cook my meals daily. That's what I vary the most. But when I'm going through the Kitchen Hero program with my students, I fully embrace, and then I cook all my meals for the week in one hit. And that's super handy. That's the best, actually, because when Camila and I are very busy, it's so good to have the meals ready in the fridge. We just heat it up, or we put the salad together. It works a treat. In town where I was frosted, I had to throw out the prepared soups and meals. I had, oh no, so cranky. Cherry, that's no, Cherise, that's no good. Okay, can you give some tips on the best storage methods for various wash produce? Some things you may homegrown leafy greens are really hard to get fully dry, and then they go off quickly. That's a very good question, Lindy. Very good question. So what I like to do with the leaves especially, which are very hard to dry. I have a very good lettuce spinner, so have your lettuce spinner ready to go. Give it a few spins on the lettuce spinner. Let it sit maybe for 20, 30 minutes, but not for too long, because depending on the climate where you are, it might be very hot, or it could be cold. If it's cold, it's good to sit out. And then I like to have underneath the leaves some paper towel, just some simple paper towel. Underneath, I'm going to show you guys how I store the veggies that I'm going to use to cook today when I go and jump on the kitchen here. But have underneath your veggies some paper towel, and also on top, because what happens inside the fridge, the containers, they will create some water inside, the condensation. There will be some water that once it touches your veggies, moisture will spoil your veggies a lot quicker. So I really like to have a little bit of paper in there to absorb the moisture. That's similar concept to what they do to the meats in supermarkets. They have that little thing underneath the meats. I don't know what it's called, but there's this absorbent thing under the meat. I just do that with the paper, and it works good for me. Also, very important, airtight containers. Airtight containers are super important. I know sometimes people tend to keep the veggies inside the plastic bags, because then we can reuse the bags, but having airtight containers, it's very, very handy. So conscious shopping is how we save money and create free time. And again, guys, like a lot of people don't know how to shop properly, but a lot of people already know. Like, we're all on different levels in here. Some people don't know where to start with their cooking. Some people already cook a lot from home 5 days a week sometimes, and they just need a lot more ideas. But it doesn't matter how much we know. We can always do better into something. And a lot of my students, when they started the program with me, or when they did the masterclass with me, some of them, they had no idea where to start. Some of them, they already thought they knew a lot, but they could learn more just to improve their cooking skills. I'm going to share with you guys here very quickly. It's just 1 minute video, just so you guys get motivated from feedback from other people that have gone on a journey and improve their cooking skills. So you see that it's possible for everyone. Doesn't matter how young, how old, doesn't matter if you cooked before or if you cook every day already. We can always do better in every aspect of our lives. I can improve my cooking skills a lot. I can learn more things. I don't know everything, but it's a matter of giving it a go, trying to learn somewhere or from someone, and improve those skills and practice especially. So I'm going to quickly share here with you guys this video. Let me just see my button here to make sure that this works. And
I just completed the course and I absolutely loved it. I thought I was pretty good in the kitchen prior to joining the Kitchen Heroes course, but I absolutely was not, and I learned a lot of things. I enjoyed waiting for the weekly live lessons, which was a great opportunity to interact with the other students, and also it was really like having Lucas in my house giving me a one-on-one lesson.
It was one of the best decisions I've ever made. It makes cooking for me easy, and I don't have to spend all my day in the kitchen. I feel like I now have all the tools I need to meal prep, but also cook delicious meals for myself and my family and my friends.
And even though I knew how to cook, I just liked the way he was approaching cooking and the way he was talking about things. So I decided to join the 1 month program. And I did the lives throughout the month each week, and they were absolutely fantastic. What really stood out for me was the way he's encouraging and teaching people to be intuitive with the cooking, not to be chained to a recipe. And if you don't have the exact ingredients, you've failed and you have to throw the whole thing out. But to be flexible and to think about what else you've got on hand. The preparation in advance, to just spend like less than an hour doing a bunch of meal prep that's going to last for the week, that has been a game changer for me, a life changer. And I think you'll love it.
Okay, so guys, this is just to show you guys that doesn't matter your level of cooking. Like I said, how old you are, how young you are, you can always improve your skill level and make things more easier, more rewarding, and you can also reach your goals with cooking as well. Cooking from home is about having a plan, a system in place that allows you to cook quicker. So you have more time for yourself. You can enjoy doing the things you want. You can eat healthier and also stop wasting money. But more than that, when you're cooking from home, it's also an opportunity to sit down with your family, to maybe cook with your family, with your partner, with your households. There's so many things that we can do through cooking that makes me really passionate to share with you guys, to create these lessons here, these cooking sessions, and keep moving forward. So I hope that the 2 first pillars were very helpful to you guys, because now we're going to jump into where we get more practical. We're going to talk about plan to be free. I'm just going to have quick look at the comments here. And we're probably going to be going until about, I would say about 9 o'clock, I would say. And so if you can stay a bit till the end to stay for the giveaway. If not, I'm going to send all the resources on the email, so you're not going to miss on that. And at the end, we're also going to cook the meal here. I'm going to give you the options very soon. Love this, Deborah. Always substitutions and nothing is set in concrete. Love it. Okay, so let's keep moving forward, because we have a big lesson here. It's 1 hour into the lesson now, and we're going into plan to be free. But let's just make a little exercise here. Let's just, for a minute, I know you guys are comfortable in there. Close your eyes if you need, but just imagine yourself that you're sitting in the couch. You actually enjoying your time. Maybe the kids are with you. You're watching a movie with the kids. Maybe you are on your own or with your partner. You got home from work. You had a big day, but you can sit down and read a book. You can relax. You can finish work and go for a massage. The only thing that you don't need to think is about what's for lunch or for dinner. You don't need to worry about the lunch box for the kids. Just imagine that for a second, because that is how you feel if you plan. Like anything, if you plan, you're going to be feeling like that. You're going to have time to sit down at the couch. You're going to have time to rest. You're going to have time for yourself. So planning is crucial. That's why I like to say, plan to be free, to free your time, to do the things that you like, and not just being stuck in the kitchen there. That's very, very important. I like to say that cooking is like building a house. If you get a builder, when he goes and build a house, he'll create a project. He's going to get the project approved the way that the clients want. He'll also make a list of everything that he needs for that project. He'll go and buy the hardware store and buy everything that he needs for the project. And then he's going to start to build everything on the right order. He's going to start with the slab, then he's going to build the structure, the roof will be at the end, painting will be the very last thing, the windows, the doors, and so on. And what happens if a builder don't plan ahead? The house is going to take longer to build. It might not be the same quality. He's going to have to go back and forth to the hardware store, and it's going to be more expensive. He's going to spend more hours. So I like to say that cooking is like building a house. If you plan, it's going to be a lot easier. If you don't plan and you are making those decisions on spot, then it's going to be a lot harder. So here it's how I like to plan my meals. And this is something that we spoke before. Corina, we were talking about this before on, I'm pretty sure it was Corina that said, if I should cut the veggies before or not. And I just seen here, does lose vitamins? Look, very hard to say the right answer on this, but I never heard of losing the vitamins from cutting. Of course, if they sit there for too long, yes, because some veggies already lose a bit of vitamins as soon as you pull them out, but I don't think it will be a problem if you're going to use them a few days later. So how you plan your menu? And we're gonna do a planning here. I actually got a whiteboard next to me here in the floor. We're gonna do a quick menu plan here, but I just wanna run through these items here with you guys. So set your goal. How you guys gonna cook? You're gonna batch cook, or you're gonna do one-pan meals daily? We're gonna talk about one-pan meals too. You're gonna maybe batch cook twice a week, or you're gonna be doing the meals, breakfast, lunch, and dinner one by one. That's different for everyone, so set your goals. Let's think of batch cooking for now. Decide on your ingredients, your preference, your allergies, what you like, what you don't like, what's available where you live, what's not available, what's seasonal, very, very important, what's seasonal. Then you make a list of your favorite meals that include those ingredients and try to pick about 16, 20 meals so you can have enough meals for the whole month. Then you divide your meals into weeks. And very importantly, when you divide them into weeks, let's say you have 16 meals. You have 4 different meals each week. And then it's very important that you divide them, that you mix cooking methods. So for example, you have something that you're gonna roast, something that you're gonna do on a pan, something like that you're gonna steam, maybe some steamed veggies. It could be steamed veggies. It could be a meat that you're gonna slow cook overnight. Have different cooking methods so you can use all your burners. You can maybe use your air fryer, use your oven, use your slow cooker, but have multiple equipments and burners working at the same time. A big mistake that people do is when they gonna go and batch cook is doing one meal by one, just one by one. In this way, if they are doing one by one, they're gonna spend a lot more time. And then list the ingredients for each meal and repeat the ingredients in some of the meals. So you have some ingredients overlapping, like you use, for example, carrots in more than one meal. You use broccoli maybe in 2 of your meals. Maybe the meats, you're gonna slow cook a piece of brisket or lamb that you're gonna use for your tacos and for your curry. So you are using same ingredients on different meals. And this way it's not gonna get boring. You're gonna have less work to do because you're only doing 1 or 2 different prep jobs. And it's gonna be going a lot quicker for you guys, a lot quicker. And think quick and easy. So you are doing more complicated meals on the weekend when you have friends, when you have family visiting, when you have more time. But through the week, choose meals that are very easy, that are quick and healthy. Just like we said, quick and healthy so you save money on groceries and takeaway. And you're gonna have a full 5-day menu, like I said, with the shopping list and also the order on how to cook. And I'm gonna talk a bit more about how to cook more efficiently soon and cooking things on the right order. Just gonna have a quick look on the comments. There is an app called Paprika. This is a very good idea, Tracy. There is an app called Paprika that can store pantry and grocery list, and you can also store recipes for meal plans. That has helped me control over my buying groceries. I like that. Really good idea. I'm gonna actually check that app, Tracy. See, everyone can learn something. I like the idea of this app. I'm definitely gonna check it out. Deborah, 1 piece of meat for different meals. That's great. I was a bit worried cooking the brisket for 12 hours in the night in my 24-year-old oven, but it was fine. Most ovens will be totally fine to cook overnight unless they already have some issues going on. But usually I always cook my briskets, my lamb, all my slow cooked meats, maybe pork neck overnight, because then it's cooking when I am still sleeping. See here. So I'm gonna go back into this one here in a sec. Guys, very quickly, I'm just gonna change the camera here So we're gonna do a very quick exercise here. I'm actually gonna move this here. So I'm gonna show you guys here very quick, very simple. Not gonna waste much time, but how I like to meal plan. Like for my clients, if they wanna change something, I obviously do this on the computer, on a spreadsheet, with the calculations for cost and everything. But let's say we wanna keep simple. What you just spoke about. Let's see if the other pen here is a little bit better. Okay, that's better. So let's look at this. Here, type of meal. You guys can see that? Yes. And then here, what's the dish? So I'm gonna go here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So let's say how I like to look at preparing the meals. I'm gonna have a saucy meal. And this is because I wanna apply different cooking methods. I'm gonna have stir fry. I'm also gonna have light meal. I'll have here, let's say, light meal, stir fry, saucy meal. What else can we do? Let's do a rice dish, like a risotto. And saucy meal, stir fry, light meal, risotto, and a salad. Let's do a salad as well. So see, I got 5 different styles of meal. Excuse my writing here, but I just want to do this just to show you guys that it's super simple to do. So saucy meal, let's do curry. Let's say any curry for now. So it's just gonna do a curry. Stir fry, let's do a ginger flavor, ginger fried veg. Ginger stir fry. Light meal. Let's do tacos. Love tacos. So I got my tacos in there. My writing is not the best. Risotto. I'm gonna do a pumpkin risotto because pumpkin is super cheap. And then a salad. Let's do a chicken salad. So let's assume this person here likes to eat meat on most meals, but wants to have one that is a vegetarian option. So let's do the risotto, maybe vegetarian, pumpkin and silver beet. Now let's choose 2 different proteins. We already have chicken in one. So maybe we can add the chicken in the stir fry. So we have a ginger chicken stir fry. Now let's choose the other protein. Let's say brisket. Brisket is an easy one we can cook overnight. And the brisket is actually, I'm pretty sure it's on the menu that I'm gonna give to you guys today. So let's say beef brisket. And brisket tacos. So I have already decided on the types of meals. So I am mixing the cooking methods, using all the burners as well. And I'm gonna mix cooking methods inside the meals now. I have chosen 2 proteins, beef brisket and chicken. And I'm gonna have 1 vegetarian, the pumpkin silver beet. So what else we can do? For the curry, I'm gonna use onions, carrots, potatoes, and do like a massaman curry with the carrots as well. there's no rule. You guys can choose the ingredients. Someone said there's no concrete set into cooking. So beef brisket curry, massaman with onion, massaman, carrots and potatoes. I already got carrots there, so I'm gonna add carrots into my stir fry as well. So I only cut the carrots once in the same way for the 2 dishes. I'm gonna add some broccoli on my stir fry. But maybe I can add the broccoli as well on my salad. Then I just have to cut one time. For my stir fry, I'm going to stir fry everything, 1 pan meal. I can do this in very little time. Once everything is cut, it's going to take maximum 8 minutes. In my broccoli here on the chicken salad, I'm going to steam it. So let's say I'm going to steam it here. So I have the steaming. Now, onions on the risotto as well. I have some onions, so I'm gonna use onions to make a salsa. Maybe we can do a cucumber salsa. And I'm gonna use that cucumber as well on my salad. I'm already cutting pumpkin for my risotto. So why not add the pumpkin into the salad as well? So I already have broccoli, cucumber, and pumpkin. Maybe I can add some leaves in there. Lettuce. And I can also have some lettuce for my tacos. I'm going to add an avocado on my tacos as well. And I can add the avocado on my salad. Onion, cucumber salsa, lettuce, avocado. Maybe I'm going to do a cashew cream, a cashew sauce to go with my tacos. And since everyone is talking about the app, the paprika app, I'm going to do a paprika cashew sauce. I'm going to add in here cashew sauce. And I'm going to use the same cashew base to do a dressing for my salad. So I use the same sauce. I can even do paprika cashew cream for my salad. But maybe let's vary a little bit because we want to have different flavors. So I'm going to do lemon and honey cashew sauce. Lemon, honey, cashew. Okay, so the only thing that I haven't repeated is on my ginger, carrot, broccoli stir fry. Maybe I can just add a zucchini in there. And if you like, you can add the zucchini into your pumpkin risotto as well, or you can just leave it out. Now, someone said they really like fresh herbs. So let's choose one herb to add into our meals. Maybe you can do spring onions, or you can do coriander. You can even do parsley. They all would fit in those meals. But my point is not what's best, what I prefer, what you guys prefer. It's just to show how quick it is to plan a meal, the meals for the week. I just plan the meals here, and I know here is all written with my horrible writing, but it's super easy. It's super simple. Now, all I have to do, going back into what we said, is divide these meals. So I'm going to do this. Let's say if I'm doing for Camila and I, for the two of us, I'm going to do 4 serves of the saucy meal, 4 serves of the stir fry, 4 serves of the tacos, 4 risotto, 4 salads. I have 20 meals, but I'm only going to cook 5 different ones. And I only have a few prep jobs in there. This list here is probably 12 to 14 jobs. but I'm gonna have 20 meals for the week, and then I don't have to do anything else. I have divided my methods. I have cooking brisket overnight, slow cooking. I have a risotto. I have steaming for my broccoli, so I can do that on its own. I could also add some green beans. I could add some asparagus. I could add the carrots in there and steam it as well. My point is, we're using different burners. If you have a 4-stove burner, you can do one with the saucy meals, one with the stir fry, one with the risotto. The light meal and the salad, all you have to do is a chopping board. So it's super, super simple to create a menu plan. And that's what I wanted to show you guys. There's apps that do that for you guys. There's different systems that you could be using, but you can do it by hand in a few minutes. So this is what I wanted to show you guys with that part of planning. And another thing, I've seen a lot of you guys that said that you already know how to cook, but you don't have ideas. You want more ideas. Actually, 75% of the ones who filled up the quiz did say that they need more ideas. I'm sure probably you are one of them. And the thing is, I don't think you need the ideas, because the ideas are everywhere. There's recipe books, there's Google, there's internet, there's so many chefs on Instagram. There's too many ideas, and too many ideas can become a problem. What you need is to feel inspired. It's a snowball effect in cooking, I like to call. When you are inspired, your food will taste delicious. When you cook delicious food, everyone will love it. When everyone loves your food, you will have more confidence. And it keeps on going. But if it's the other way around, if you are not inspired, your food won't taste delicious. And when you cook it, not everyone is going to love it. Probably just a few people, if that, going to love it. And if no one loves your food, it might be the hubby, it might be the wife, it might be the kids. They'll twist their nose at the table. Your confidence is going to go down. You're going to lose your inspiration. You're going to be upset about it. You will not want to cook anymore. Next time you're going to say, you know what, I'm sick of cooking. I'm going to order a takeaway. And then you order another one. And then it becomes easier. And then you buy more and you're spending more money. And then we see we're back into that equation that you look at the start of the cooking lesson today, where a household will be spending $5,000 a year into takeaway food. So let's not get into that wheel, into that cycle where we are not inspired. That's very, very easy to get organized and to plan. Now, another very important thing, like how to make the meals taste good. Because if people are going to enjoy your food, the meals need to taste good. And a lot of people ask me that all the time on how to make the meals taste good. And what I like to say, the first thing is to know that taste and flavor are different. Taste and flavor are the secret to delicious meals, but they are two different things. Taste only happens in the mouth. It's perceived by our taste buds in the tongue. So it only happens there. Flavor, it's the full sensory experience. It's the taste, it's the texture, it's the aroma. And it's also part of all of that, it's the temperature, which will have an effect on the flavor. And I like to say that the visual appeal, it's a big part of it. And why I like to say that, if you think of it, if you go into a restaurant, the first sensory experience that you guys will have is looking at the food. The second is the aroma. You're going to smell it. Before you even try the taste, feel the temperature, and feel the texture, you're going to be looking at the food. You're going to smell the food. A lot of us will even take a picture of the food because it looks beautiful. Some might even post it on Instagram or Facebook. And then we're going to go for the taste, for the texture, and feeling the temperature. So it's very, very important to know that they are different things. Taste happens in the mouth. Flavor is the full sensory experience. And when you understand that, it becomes easier to create meals, easier to combine flavors, to know that different textures will have a difference. Like when we did the menu just then, if you are making a salad, we had different textures on the salad. We had the lettuce, we have the broccoli, we had the pumpkin, which is going to be a bit more creamy. Then we added some protein. We had a creamy sauce in the salad. We might add some toasted seeds on top as well, or toasted nuts. So we have some crunch in there as well. So there are all these different textures combined in there to enhance the flavor, to create a better food experience, a full sensory experience for everyone in your household, for your friends, for yourself. So it's very important to know this. The secret to delicious meals is understanding that it's a full sensory experience. It's not just the flavor. A lot of times we say we eat with our eyes, and if the plate looks good, a lot of times this is going to help us perceive that dish as a delicious dish. And also, delicious meals create connection. Back in the day, when we would eat our meals, share our meals, there was a sacred time. I remember when I would go to my grandma or even into my mom's house when people were coming there. It was a sacred time for families. No mobiles on the table. Everyone was talking, laughing, looking each other in the eye, connecting, enjoying the food. And these days we missing on that. I'm sure some of you guys here have seen this change along the years. I've seen it. I am turning 40 next year, and I've seen a massive change on people's behavior around food, around cooking, around eating. And it's not like we spending the time with our families as a sacred time in the dinner table or lunch table. It doesn't need to be a sacred time, just using as a term here to say how special it was. Look at all those photos here, everyone enjoying their time together. So cooking delicious meals creates connection, and it's also an opportunity to create good memories together, to spend time together. Some families, the only time that they will have time together is during lunch or during dinner or maybe breakfast. It depends. Every household is different. But it's very important to remember that, to try to bring this back, to apply in our lives, to teach our kids as well, because it's very, very important to create those connections. And food, delicious meals that offer a full sensory experience will help us with that, creating these connections back with our families. Just going to have a quick look here at the comments. So true, tasty food always hit the spot. Reading my mind. I cook amazing food and kids keep hating. Oh no, we'll fix that. We'll fix that, Corina. We eat with our eyes. Sandra, that's right. We eat with our eyes. That's awesome, Simone. Simone is saying here, I still sometimes cook my Polish grandmother's meal. Those are the meals we remember forever. We're not going to remember the KFC, the pizza down the road, the curry from the Thai shop. We remember the meals that we have eaten with our families, with the people that we really love. All right, let's keep going here. Now, planning is the first step to be more efficient. But the second one, it's smart cooking. And that brings us into pillar number 4, the 4 home cooking pillars. We already covered your relationship with cooking, organizing your kitchen, plan to be free. And now let's go into smart cooking. That's the one I'm the most passionate about, because I have always worked in very fast-paced restaurants. I'm talking so fast that I'm losing my pace here. But I always wanted to do things in a way that's quicker, but it still tastes delicious. It still looks good on the plate, but in a way that we save time. That's very, very important. So let's look at how we can cook more smartly. And this is by becoming more intuitive, using our intuition to cook. an intuitive cooking mindset to feel in control of your kitchen. And that's what I mean. Recipes are killing our intuitions. Our intuition, they are a great guide, but to avoid waste time in the kitchen, we need to get more intuitive and less picky. Don't worry about the recipes. Get your ideas from the recipes. But if you go into the kitchen to cook something and you don't have one ingredient, maybe the recipe says zucchini, but you have carrots, change that. Maybe the recipe says lime, but you don't have the lime, you have the lemon, or you have to even use a bit of orange in there, whatever it is. But let go of those recipes. Experiment with different things. This way you're going to save time. I've seen a lot of people saying that I've seen it happening actually. A friend didn't have something and he said, oh, I need to go and get some coriander for this. And I said, but you have parsley. No, but the recipe says coriander. But you're going to go and spend 15 minutes, 20 minutes that we could be hanging out here to go and get the coriander. And then you're going to get the coriander. You're not going to use the whole thing. It's going to sit on the fridge. Don't worry about that. Less picky, more intuitive. And how do we become more intuitive? That's very, very important to understand. There's 4 steps that I like to share on how to become more intuitive and don't ruin every meal when we are not following recipes. I really would like you guys to start practicing this so you don't need recipes anymore. Having a recipe book next to you, it's going to slow you down. You're going to be reading the recipe. You're going to be counting milligrams. We're going to be, if you're using 5 mils of soy sauce or 10 mils of soy sauce, it's not going to change that much in the flavor. If you are using a little bit or 100 grams of carrots or 120 grams of carrots, it's not going to change much as well. Try to look at units. Try to look at other measurements so it's quicker for you. How we become more intuitive? Learn the basics. Learn the basic cooking methods so you know how it works with roasting, frying, steaming, baking, smoking, all those different cooking methods, they work different. Learn the basics. Learn how to get organized in the kitchen as well. When you are cooking, use your sense. Like we just said, the sensory experience. Taste the food. Feel the texture. Look at the food. When you apply heat, when you reduce the heat, how it transforms, how it changes when you are cooking. Experiment different things. Number 3, experiment different things. Try other ingredients that you have at home. Cook with what's in your pantry. If a recipe says something, you have something similar. Look at your pantry. Use what you got. Don't waste time going to the shops. Yes, it might taste different, but maybe you find something that is really nice. I'll give you a very good example here. Cookies, how cookies were created. I can't remember the name of the lady right now in my head, but when cookies were created, this lady had a recipe for a cookie, and she didn't have the right chocolate on hand that was going to melt inside her cookie. So what she did, she used a different chocolate with a higher temperature melting point and did not melt all together inside. So she ended up having this cookie. This was back in America, back in the day. I can't remember exactly where it was. But what happened? The chocolate didn't melt. She had some chocolate bits inside. That's when the choc chip cookie was created. She didn't have an ingredient. She used something else and she created a new dish which turned out to be the most famous kind of cookie in the planet. And down the track, she had even Nestle coming to her, wanting to get the recipe, sponsoring her. There's a huge story. Look for that, the story how choc chip cookies were created. It happened from someone experimenting something different and not following her own recipe. So something to keep in mind. And then number 4, have fun and play. Don't worry about it. If it doesn't work, it didn't work. You can always cook next time again, but don't be stressed if something is not going to be exactly like the recipe. Like we said at the start, cooking should make your life easier, should be fun, should be rewarding, and not make your life harder. So try to practice your intuition. I see a lot of chefs that share a lot about recipes. beautiful recipe books, expensive recipe books, but no one is talking about trying different things, using your intuition, changing their recipes, and why this happens. Why some chefs say, this is the recipe, this is the only way that will work, follow the recipe, buy my book, because they want you to buy the book, because they want you to use the recipes so they get known for the recipes, because they want to sell more recipe books. And yes, I have recipe books, but like I said, use them as a guide. Don't let recipes rule your life. That's gonna be a big change for you guys. How to be even more efficient in the kitchen. Have everything you need ready to use. Like we said, fresh produce should be ready to wash, already washed in your fridge. Chopping board, safely secured. Have your chopping board safely secure. I'm gonna show that to you guys in a second. Have a small rubbish bin next to you and get a cloth to wipe your bench. All of this here that I'm saying, I'm gonna show you guys in practical. Right now, very soon, we're gonna be cooking this. And set up your kitchen in a way that you're not gonna waste time, be running around, try to use less utensils, one-pan meals that can be cooked with one pan only. If you are cooking one pan for the day, even if you are batch cooking, when I go to my client's house, I prep all my ingredients and then I cook first meal on the pan, give it a rinse and a wipe, use the same pan, and so on. Can use this, don't need to use all the pans. You use one pan, you use one pot, you use one steaming, you're using one baking tray, and this way you will be becoming more efficient in the kitchen. Now, pro tip, last tip here of our presentation. Very soon we're gonna start with the cooking. Clean as you go. This is something I have applied for my whole career as a chef. I do it so much in my house. Cleaning as you go is a rule Camila and I have as well. We always trying to cleaning as you go, so you don't have to clean everything at the end, so you don't have a pile of dishes at the end for you to clean up. So it's much easier for you to just wash one pan, or if you are batch cooking, use less things and chuck everything on the dishwasher, but make sure you don't make a mess. It's so much easier if you're mindful and clean as you go as well. Let's have a look at the comments here very quickly before we jump into the next part of the lesson. All right, my old kitchen that had a big bench in the middle that the kids could bring a chair up and help make pasta. See, that's so nice. That's how we create the memories, Marine. Bringing the kids into it. Family is so important. Yes, Deborah, family is everything. I come from Brazil originally, and family for us, we have a very strong family culture back home. Family, to me, it's the most important thing. That's for sure. Okay. Now, how would you guys cook 5 days worth of meals for 2 people in 2 hours? Most people would cook meal by meal, but the method that I have created for you guys and that I'm gonna share on the 5-day menu plan, it's where you cook as many meals as possible all at once, using a step-by-step in the right order. So you cook things that take longer first. And this is what I mean. This is just a sample list here of 9 jobs in one of the menus that I have created for my students. First, slow cooked brisket. That's going to be the biggest job. Second, roast sweet potato and pumpkin. That's going to be the second job. And while you are roasting all of that, you quickly put your rice to cook and then you chop everything else. You can see there, cook massaman curry. It's on bold in this method that I created for the students is the meals that you're going to be cooking. So non-bold, it's all the jobs, the prep jobs that you have to do. And then you cook the meal as soon as those ingredients are prepped. Then you go into the next one. In this way, you're always doing what takes the longest first. and then you start to cook your meals in between. And then when you see all the meals come out together. This is explained very well on the 5-day menu plan that I got for you guys. So you guys gonna get this on your email after the lesson, and then you guys gonna be able to try that. Use the step-by-step, see if it works for you guys. If you need to adjust something, you feel free to adjust, but I have done everything in a way that you always eliminate the bigger jobs first, so you can cook your meals faster and you can cook all the menu, like the menu that we created here before, in only 2 hours. Some of the menus that I did in there, I cooked in 1 hour and 20 minutes, 1 hour and 30 minutes, sometimes close to 1 hour. But I like to say, when people are starting, if they follow all the steps, if they learn the basics, if they learn everything that they need to cook faster, they can cook those menus in 2 hours. And let's give it a go into the cooking. I just want to ask you guys here, how are you feeling? Like, I've seen you guys very active in the comments here. You guys still there with me? What are you guys thinking so far? Send me a comment here. I just want to see you guys are all still watching and not falling asleep in the couch. Awesome, Ian. Love it. Thanks, Elizabeth. It's so quick to create the meals, and you guys can do that as well. Super easy as well with the menus that I have created. You guys gonna get one to just use that as your guide, and then you can change it. Tracy's still up, still here. Joshua, Gabriela, feeling excited. That's awesome. This is so cool. Still here and looking forward to seeing you cook. Sasha, awesome. So guys, I know this may sound like a lot of information, a lot of details, a lot of content here, but I'm just trying to compact everything in here in one lesson. But it is possible that you also take full control of your kitchen, that you start to save money, that you start to cook faster, and maybe it will be a challenge to implement on your own. If you are busy, if you have a busy schedule, it's a process of learning. But I would like to know from you guys if it would make sense to you guys, if you guys would like to have my support along this journey of learning how to cook more efficiently. If you would like to have my support to give you lots of menus that you can use with the shopping list, with the step-by-step, ask your questions daily, have me guiding you through a journey, cooking meals for yourself, for your family, so you actually having more free time, so you saving money, so you are eating healthier and reaching your health goals. Let me know in the comments here if you guys would like my support to help you cook quick, healthy meals and actually save a lot of money on groceries and takeaways. Just let me know in the comments here. I could talk for hours here. I could do a bigger cooking lesson, but nothing would be like what's inside the Kitchen Hero program that we spoke about before, that my students gave the feedback on the video there. So I just wanted to ask you guys here, if makes sense to you guys, if you would like to see what's inside the Kitchen Hero program, just before I jump in here and cook the meal live with you guys, if you guys would give me permission to show you what's inside the Kitchen Hero program, to see how I like to help everyone to change the way they think about home cooking and actually make a positive change on everyone's lives through cooking. Let me know in the comments here. And if you guys say yes, then I'm going to show you everything that is inside. It doesn't take long, and then we're going to jump into the cooking. I'm going to get you guys to choose a meal, and we're going to get done to finish it off the lesson with a live cooking session here. This is fantastic. Totally makes sense. Thanks, Mel. Elizabeth, yes, please. Marinea, still here. Ian, happy to have a look. Tracy, yes. Oh, awesome, guys. Thank you. Ruth, Simon, Sally, love to see. Awesome, guys. Thank you. All right. Let's get started in here. So cooking is a life skill, guys, that anyone can learn. And that's why I have created this cooking mentorship. It's a cooking program that I have created, and I combine everything that I learned on my years cooking for my clients into restaurants, also in my own kitchen, and into the meal prep that I do for 4 families. I now have 2 families that I'm only doing because I have been very busy with my private events, but I have had for 5 years 4 families that I would cook weekly, Mondays and Tuesdays usually, because everyone likes to have the meals ready at the start of the week. And I have combined everything into this program here, which is the Kitchen Hero program. But you might say to me, I don't have time to stop and cook, but I will show you guys how you can do it in less than 2 hours, so you don't have to do it anymore. Some people might say that only real chefs can do it. No, anyone can do it. And some people might say that they don't have the money for the program, but once you guys see the deal that I have created, you see that the cost of the course, it's nowhere near the high cost of not knowing how to shop efficiently. So don't worry, I have created something very special for you guys today, because this is the 3rd group that we are opening for enrollment on the Kitchen Hero program. We had over 50 students joining on Kitchen Hero 1, Kitchen Hero 2, and now we're going to the 3rd group. I don't have time to take the course. This is some of the things that people told me I can cook but need ideas. If you need ideas inside the Kitchen Hero program, there's going to be over 50 recipes, lots of new ideas that even the fussy eaters in your home will enjoy, and you'll be able to adjust because you'll know exactly what to do. So the Kitchen Hero program is a program so you go from cooking 0 to become a kitchen hero, and you cook the quick, healthy meals and save money on groceries and takeaway daily. So you have extra money to go on a holiday, to buy the things that you want, to renovate maybe your home, to buy a new dress, whatever you want to do. But it's possible to save money through your food. And you guys need to learn how to do that, so you're not wasting on takeaway that is not helping with your health goals. Inside the Kitchen Hero program, we have 7 modules with over 38 lessons. It's more than 10 hours just in the modules, and you're going to learn everything from basic knife skills, food storage, to breakfast, healthy snacks, lunches, dinners. Those are the 7 modules that we have. We have an intro module. We have the know where to start, basic that works, more time for yourself, how to do that with 1 pan meals, which are using only 1 pan. We also have a module that is just healthy and delicious with breakfast and healthy snacks. And then we have the Step Up Your Game module, which is lunches and dinners, where I cook all the different meals that we did right here. The saucy meals, the stir fry, the light meals, the risottos, the salads, all of that is inside Step Up Your Game. And then module 7 is you in control of your food, where we have the full menus, 9 in total, where I show over 4 lessons, full lessons of 2 hours each, 1 hour and a half each, where I show you how to cook all those menus using the step-by-step, organizing everything in a way that you can cook in less than 2 hours, and you don't have to worry about cooking for 5 days. So all you have to do is eat your meals and relax. Now, also included in the Kitchen Hero program, we have 4 weekly live sessions where we're cooking live. One of them is more of theory, where we cover the basics, and then all the other ones are very practical. So there's not a lot of presentation like we're doing here in the later lessons, in the later live sessions. It's all cooking. We do it live because you guys can then ask your questions. You can watch live. But if you don't want to watch live, or if you cannot watch live, everything is recorded. So you can access that for 12 months. You have a 12-month access, so you don't have to do all at once. And you can keep asking your questions to me all the time. That's not a problem. Even if you take 12 months to watch the course, you want to ask me something, you have my full support on a journey. That's my promise to you, my full support to help you guys, to answer your questions, to deepen your learning. And to do that, we're going to go live. We'll be doing this live in 4 live sessions, besides the 38 recorded lessons as well. We also have 6 weekly menus, easy and quick recipes with the shopping list, steps by steps. 2 of those weekly menus, I have recorded the lessons on module 7. 2 of them we're going to do live. So we're going to be doing a full cooking session live. Those cooking sessions, they usually go for 2 to 2.5 hours, because a lot of people have questions at the end, and I like to answer all those questions for everyone. And I'm going to give you guys 3 extra weekly menus. So you're going to have 9 menus in total, 9 menus with the shopping list, with the step-by-step that you can rotate all along. And this way, you're going to be able to use them for 9 weeks, keep on rotating. It's never going to get boring. It's never going to get to the point where you don't know what to do, because you're going to have everything written down for you. Also, I'm going to give you guys as a bonus the Together course, which is a separate course that I have recorded, a 2-hour lesson where I teach you how to cook a memorable gathering, dinner or lunch for your guests, so you can impress your guests. This has a ebook with all the recipes and photos in there, and also I cook on the same way, using a step-by-step, so you have everything ready together, exactly how I do when I do my private events. I cook a lot of private events for 8 to 20 people, small groups, but also we do big groups as well. But I'm really passionate about the small gatherings, because I see people connecting with the food. I see people having fun. I get to talk to everyone. When I do my big events for 50, 80, 100 people, I don't get to connect with everyone. But when I do the small ones, I really enjoy, because everyone wants to talk to the chef, know about the food. They come into the kitchen and have a chat. So I'm very passionate about those events. And I have translated one of the menus into the Together course. That's a super bonus coming for you guys. Those are some of the dishes that we have in there: the scallops, the kale apple sweet potato salad, the caprese salad with the heirloom tomatoes, the brisket. There's a lot of different dishes in there. I think it's about 12 dishes. It's a full menu, a 3-course menu with starters, sides, and mains. Lots of options. You can cook everything, or you can cook just a few meals in there, but that's a bonus. That's included in there as an extra for you guys. Also, I'm going to give to the first 10 to enroll an extra live cooking session. The first 10 people who enroll today will be able to jump on a Zoom call with me. I'm going to have your cameras on as well, so you guys can interact all the time, and we're going to cook a dinner for 2. That's the menu that we do on this Zoom session. And we're going to get closer in there. I get to see you cooking. You show me your final product as well as you cook through the live session, so I can help you, guide you through the step-by-step as we are going live on Zoom with the camera. The lives on the Kitchen Hero, we're doing like this one here on YouTube, so you guys can comment in there and interact. But the Zoom live, everyone can see each other. We open the mic, we chat. It's a fun one. And also the first 30 to enroll will get an exclusive access to my close friends group, exclusive content on Instagram. And these are things like my breakfast daily, some small tips that I do daily on my life here. So really seeing how I organize myself with my meals throughout the 4-week program. What's included? Again, so a recap, 7 modules, 38 lessons, 4 weekly live sessions, 3 weekly menu plans as a bonus, plus the 6 menus that you already get. A bonus, super bonus, the Together course with the ebook. Also, you have access for 2 months in the exclusive Facebook group with daily support. So I look at the messages daily on the Facebook group, and you guys are on the group where you guys can connect. I see a lot of you guys here talking, interacting. This is the place for you guys to interact with each other, share pictures of your food, talk about the meals, ask your questions, motivate each other. A lot of times when we want to make changes in our life, it's very important to be on the same environment, to be surrounded by people that are trying to reach the same results as we are. And if you want to take full control of your kitchen, change the way you cook at home, save money, have more free time, and eat healthier, nothing better than being part of a group. I have some students here. I have Simone here. Simone, I really enjoyed and learned so much in the Kitchen Hero program. Simone did most of the lessons there, and she knows exactly how it works on the Kitchen Hero program. She still asks me things today. We talk still pretty much daily. She keeps laughing at my Instagram videos and microphones, and we start to create a connection. A lot of my students end up becoming friends because we're talking all the time, even after the course finish. I got Martina here as well, who also joined the Kitchen Hero program. Hello, Simone, laughing at me. Simone, today I'm using the normal microphone. No funny microphones today. Okay, let's keep going. Now, this here, it's the value that if I would sell everything separate for the program, $297 for the lessons, all the live sessions there, which go sometimes for 2.5 hours, the weekly bonus, the super bonus, everything would be valued in total at $900. There was a lot of work into that. But I know this is a lot of money, and I would not feel comfortable on charging $900 for the program because not a lot of people would get in there. And I really want to have more and more people on board. The live sessions, if anyone wants to know, they happen on Thursday nights, usually at 7 p.m. New South Wales time, like today. But we will record them so you can always rewatch. Now, what I have created for you guys today, instead of the $900, we reduced the price at $297 for the whole program. For my full support, you can ask your questions anytime. And this is the price that I've been having on the last program. I was thinking of increasing the price because there is a lot of value in there. But Camila and I discussed this a lot, and I seen that everything is going up on price. And I didn't want to go with everything, because if I go with everything, with what everyone else is doing, increasing their price, I'm not really going to be giving my best to help you guys to make a change on your life. So instead of increasing the $297, Camila and I had a chat, and we actually gonna give you a further discount today because you guys stay until the end. We're gonna actually give an extra $50 off the price. So the price for the program, it's gonna be $247. You're gonna get everything that is included in there that was valued at $900 for $247. And if it's hard, if you think it's too much for you to pay at once, we also have the option now on the platform of doing the installment plan in 2 payments. So you can split in 2 monthly payments. It's not a weekly payment, it's monthly. So you can split that in 2. The platform has a small charge they charge if you are splitting. I think it's an extra $5 or $10 if you are splitting. I'm not too sure. The price on the platform, because it's in American dollars, the price in there might say 245, 246 Australian dollars because of the conversion rate from the US to the Australian dollars. But the price for the course is the 247 here. We're going to do this for a limited time. The next Kitchen Hero program, we're not going to do this again, but I really wanted to keep the same price because I know everything is going up on price. And I guarantee you guys, $247. That's 4 weeks of takeaway food. On the average Australian spend on takeaway food, you're going to save way more than $247 after you have done the program. But not just the money, you're going to have more free time. You also going to be able to save for that holiday. You're going to eat healthier. You're going to reach your health goals. You're going to learn a skill that is for life. This is a one-off investment into yourself to make a change that is going to last forever, guys. So this is my deal on the Kitchen Hero program for you guys today. If you are not happy with the Kitchen Hero program, you have 7 days money back guarantee. No questions asked. You have 7 days from when you sign up. If you go into the members only area, you get in there, you check it out, the first lessons. The next lessons get released weekly. So we all doing the course together, but there are already 2 modules in there. You go and watch the first 2 modules. If you don't like what you see, then you can just send me a message on Facebook, on Instagram, and say, Lucas, I didn't enjoy the program. It's not what I expected. I'm just going to send you the money back straight away. I'll do the refund. That's not a problem. I don't want anyone's money if they don't want to be part of the program. I want people to join the program. So they are like Simone. They are like Martina, who come here into the live sessions, who become my friends, who talk to me, who enjoy their journey. And those are the people that I really want on board. If you don't enjoy the program, don't worry. That's totally fine. Maybe it's not for everyone, but if it's for you, it will be my pleasure to take you on this journey to help you cook quick, healthy meals and save a lot of money on groceries and takeaway. So this here is the QR code. Also, Camila will send the link on the group chat here, on the comments here. So the link will be there. You can scan the QR code. We all know the drill now with the QR codes. I'm just going to have a quick look at the comments here. If you guys want to ask any questions about this, and then I'm going to jump into the cooking here. Keza, how long do you get access for the program? For 12 months. We do the lives over 4 weeks. Everything gets recorded. Actually, there will be 5 live sessions because we're going to be doing a welcome live. The welcome live will be next week. I'm going to send you guys a message. I'm pretty sure the welcome live is scheduled for Wednesday. It's the only live that is scheduled for a Wednesday because it's the welcome live. And then we can talk sooner rather than later. And then every other live is on Thursday. Everything gets recorded. Then you guys have 12 months to do the course. So you can do on your own pace. But you have also 2 months access to the Facebook group. And once the Facebook group access goes away, you can also keep asking me things on Instagram. That's not a problem. Instagram is a good point of contact that we have. And if you want to ask your questions in there, that's not a problem at all. I'm going to answer all of them. Awesome, Mark. Sounds great. So Camila, we really don't have online shopping because you have supermarkets. Yes, we have the supermarkets here. They actually all do the online shopping. That's what I mean. Like when I mean online shopping for the fresh produce, Coles, Woolworths, I don't know if Aldi does, they all deliver to everyone's doorstep. That's how we like to shop as well. Simone, rewatch the recorded videos. Awesome, Simone. Okay, guys. Now let's get cooking. So let's cook a meal together. I'm gonna jump in the side here. I'm gonna leave this QR code on the screen here. So you guys, if it makes sense to you and you wanna join the Kitchen Hero program, then here's the QR code. I would love to have you on board. Just want to have a look at the comments here. How long is the offer available for? Elizabeth, the offer will be available for a limited time. We're going to leave the replay for the Kitchen Hero over the weekend. And then next week, we have the live session, the first live session on Wednesday. So we're going to be doing this offer until probably Wednesday morning. So after that, we're going to close the enrollment, and then I'm going to focus on the students. So it's about 6 days that the offer will be on, and the installment plan as well. So if you don't have the money right now to pay, you still have the option to do the installment plan, and I guarantee you will save money after you apply everything and get all your money back in savings that you do at the supermarkets. Okay, so guys, what you guys would like me to cook tonight? 2 options. Send me in the comments here. We could do, I have fish. So we could do either fish tacos, or we could do a fish and salad. A fish and salad, an Asian style salad. So fish tacos or an Asian style salad. Gabriela, are you sending the link via email? Are we sending the link via email? For purchase? Yes, Camila said she's also gonna send the link via email, but she also sent the link right here in the comments here. So the link is on the comments. It's about 4 comments deployed. It's pinned. The comments are pinned. All right. So people saying here, fish salad, tacos, Asian salad. Let me know what you guys would like me to cook here. I'm just going to quickly change my camera so you have the full kitchen. I'm going to add the QR code here so you guys can still join here to enroll. I'm going to go back in the comments. Tacos. Yay, Sonia. Awesome. Yes, thanks, Tracy. Tracy's onto it. Link is on WhatsApp already. So yeah, the link will be on WhatsApp. Comments here on YouTube. You still got, this way, right here. Still got this QR code right here. That's going to be here while we're cooking. And it's going to come on the email as well. And it's on the link on my bio on Instagram as well. It's going to be there in a second. Camila said she's just adding in there. There's a lot of little details here. Let me count here. Tacos. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 tacos. Am I counting right? 5. 6 tacos. Fish salad. 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, looks like it's tacos. Fish tacos. All right, we're going to go for tacos then. Okay, guys. So the way it's going to work, I'm going to have 3 cameras working today. I'm just going to change this one here very quickly here so you guys get to see. So up there, you guys going to see here, that's another camera there. So don't worry about that. Now, get into the kitchen. I'm also going to have here 1 camera on my bench so you guys can see me chopping. And we're going to have one right here on top of the stove, my stove top here. I got a portable stove top. Just going to quickly come back on this one here. I'm going to get my apron on so I don't make a mess. And then let's get started. Let's go, tacos. Daniel, yes. Okay, so with the tacos, guys, when I arrived here, like I said, I went and grabbed my fish and I portioned up for a rainy day. So today I didn't have to go and get the fish from the fish shop. So I got my fish portion ready to go here. What I'm gonna use for my tacos, I'm gonna make a capsicum salsa. So here, I have it in here, all my ingredients ready to go. Paper underneath, like I said in the lesson, on an airtight container, all washed up right here. I'm gonna show you guys on the other camera so you guys can see how I store. Right here, I got my broccoli, carrots, bit of paper underneath there, capsicum. I'm gonna use the capsicum. I'm gonna do a capsicum salsa. Maybe I'll do 2 colors. Bit of parsley, cucumber, everything is in there, ready to go. Just gonna go back in the camera here. Also, I wanna show you guys. So I'm gonna do capsicum salsa, fish, avocado. I'm actually gonna add a jalapeno into my salsa as well. Got some cabbage. So I'm gonna use a bit of cabbage in there too. Have a small piece left from the other day. I'm gonna use some of this parsley. I know it's usually coriander into the tacos, but I'm just gonna use some parsley as well. Right here. Now, this is what I'm gonna use. I'm gonna use avocado. Might do a little guacamole instead of just doing the avocado. I'm gonna do a capsicum salsa with onion, red capsicum, green capsicum. I'm gonna add some jalapeno. I'm gonna do some cabbage as well. For my sauce, I'm just gonna use some Japanese mayo that I have in here, and I might add a little bit of the Mexican sauce, the Cholula in there, the hot sauce. Now, another thing, very important, guys, that I wanna show to you guys, like I said in the lesson before about setting up yourself. I have everything within an arm's reach in here. So it's easy for me to move around. I'm gonna use my stove right here, so I don't have to be turning my back to you guys here in, because my stove, like I said, my kitchen is very small, very simple. I have an electric stove and I hate my electric stove. So I'm gonna use my gas burner here. Now with this setup, how I like to set up myself. I always like to have my utensils close to me. I love using a food scraper. I got my sharpening steel to align the edges of my knife. Inside the Kitchen Hero, I show you guys how to align the edges of your knife, all the knife skills as well. There's a lesson just on knife skills, so you guys learn how to apply the knife skills, chop properly. A lot of my students learn how to chop fast, how to chop efficiently and not cut themselves. That's very important. Now, another thing that is going to help you not to cut yourself and not have accidents is securing your chopping board. This is a very heavy chopping board, 16-kilo chopping board. I have some rubber mats right under here. So when I place my chopping board in there, my chopping board doesn't move. If I push, doesn't move. A lot of times I've seen people that don't use anything underneath. What else you can use? I have it here, a cloth. Whoops. You can use a little wet cloth underneath your board, or you could even use some paper towel. Wet your paper towel a little bit, put it under your chopping board so it doesn't slip. Cloth always with me, or paper towel, so I can clean as we go. You guys will see that I'm not gonna have a mess at the end here. It's gonna be very, very easy for me to finalize the cooking. Now, just gonna get another pan here. I'm gonna have this one in the back here, just a little pan. This is just to warm up my tortillas. Super easy. It's not gonna get dirty. I don't have to wash it. It's just so I give it a little heat to the tortilla. You can also do it in the oven, however you prefer. I like in the pan because it gives a little bit of color as well. So let's get started. Now, align the edges on my knife. Always first thing, I like to use a 20-degree angle and always using the same angle in both sides of your knife. Careful not to cut yourself, but a sharp knife, it's always safer than a non-sharp knife. So now I'm gonna move the camera here into the chopping board. Also, I said in the video, have something for your rubbish right next to you. I have my green waste caddy right here, but I'm just gonna put it here so you guys can actually see it. So I like to have something next to me where I will put my rubbish. This way I don't have to be running around. Everything is right there. My fridge, my sink, my stove, all in here. So let's get chopping and let's start with the salad. Usually on the other lessons, I try to do this meal in 10 minutes. Do we have a timer to do the timer? All right, let's see if we can do in 10 minutes this meal. So I'm going to start here by getting my fish ready. I'm just going to get a couple portions of the fish aside. And then I just want to show you guys another thing very important, because I'm going to have to cut one of the fish. I don't want the fish to get on my chopping board. I'm going to use a little board right here on top so I don't get it dirty. I don't have to wash it. This one here is easy to wash. This one here I can put straight into the dishwasher. Super easy, super simple. I'm going to get a timer here to see how long it takes to cook this dishwasher. I'm not going to put myself under the pump here to cook in 10 minutes because I really want to look at the questions that you guys have. But in the previous lesson, I have tried to do in 10 minutes, and I actually cook the meals in only 9 minutes and 40 seconds. Today is a little bit of a bigger one, but let's try. Let's see how you go. So I'm gonna turn my stove, and then I'm gonna put the timer on. All right, so I'm gonna start with portion my fish right here. So I'm just gonna cut into another 2 pieces. So I have 2 here, plus another 2 right here for Camila and I. I'm gonna show you guys in the camera up top here. So I have 4 pieces of Spanish mackerel. I'm gonna add some oil into my pan. I'm gonna let it heat a little bit, and then I'm gonna keep going. So right here, I'm gonna move my dirty board into the sink, give a rinse, and a bit of soapy water in my knife just to avoid cross-contamination. I have a cloth right here with me as well. So now I'm gonna bring the camera into my chopping board so you guys can see the chopping action here. So I'm just gonna use a half onion for this one. I'm gonna set the rest aside. Okay, put this one there. Just gonna quickly peel my onion. This onion here has a bit of a dark bit inside, and then I'm gonna chop it. Now here, when chopping the onion, I like to first slice it. Just gonna move here so it's a better angle. Everyone can see. Here, perfect. All right, so I'm just gonna dice it very thin. See, I'm applying the claw technique here, like a claw this way, so I don't cut myself right there. Maybe this angle will give a better angle to you guys. Look at the claw technique. I let my index finger guide the knife. Right there. Now, my oil is hot. I'm just gonna quickly put my fish on the stove. I use a little tongue. Little oil in there. All right. There we go. Okay. Let's keep going. Just want to add a little bit of salt. little bit of pepper. Got my clock right here, so anything that gets dirty, I'm gonna use my clock straight away. Okay, let's go back into the salsa. I'm gonna bring my camera into the bench. Right here, I have a bowl for it. I'm gonna use my food scraper. Now I'm gonna get some of the capsicum. Just gonna cut the ends. This one I'm gonna save for later. I'm not gonna use the whole capsicum. Just gonna cut lengthways and then dice it. I'm gonna do that to the whole capsicum. There we go. Another one. Then I'm gonna dice the whole thing. And I'm gonna save half of the red capsicum. I'm actually just gonna do red capsicum. I won't do the green capsicum because I already got green on the jalapeno, and I'm gonna chop a bit of parsley. Usually coriander for the Mexican, but since I don't have any coriander, I'm just gonna go with what I got. There we go, into my bowl. Now, jalapeno. I'm gonna do half because I don't know how strong it is. Change the camera here into the stove so I can flip my fish. Nice color in the fish. There we go. Almost there with the fish. I'm gonna cut the jalapeno. I'm gonna leave the seeds on so it's spicy. Just gonna chop it. Oops. Actually gonna move the camera right here again for you guys to see the chopping. What's a good knife you recommend? Budget price. I waste so much money on knives. I have one knife. I'm gonna show you guys in a minute. The brand is actually a Brazilian brand. It's called Tramontina. And I seen the other day, one of my students bought it for $50. And it's a great knife. I had it for 10 years and it still lasts. Now I'm gonna chop my parsley here. Quickly gonna roll my parsley. I'm gonna share the name. Maybe Camila can share the name Tramontina on the comments there. Okay, parsley. There we go. Now here, I'm gonna show you guys. My fish is pretty much ready. I can see it's starting to get flaky in there, so I'm just gonna turn it off because I'm cooking out of a cast iron pan. It's gonna keep on cooking there for a bit. Now, let's get back in here. Camera. So, I got in here my capsicum, my onion, my jalapeno. Got my rubbish right next to me. I'm gonna add a little bit of olive oil in there. Here. Olive oil. Got a bit of lime. Squeeze a lime juice. A little bit of salt. A little bit of pepper. I'm gonna get a spoon. Just give it a mix. Actually moving to the stove camera. Nice. Ooh. I think I lost my stove camera. Okay, but the stove is done, so I don't need to do the stove anymore. So let's go in the bench here so I can show you the colors. Parsley, capsicum, onion, all in there. Now, I'm gonna open my avocado. Right there. Just gonna use half of the avo. There we go. I'm gonna add another bowl here. Bring back my camera. So another bowl for the avo. I'm gonna use the same spoon. I'm gonna actually use the whole avo. Right there. Remove from the seed. Now I can smash it. Because it's just one, I'm gonna smash with my spoon. There we go. I'm gonna squeeze a little bit more lime in there. Put it aside, clean as I go. Just wiping everything around here with my cloth so I don't have a mess at the end. Right there. I'll put my ingredients aside. Now, I'm gonna quickly put some olive oil in there. Bit of salt and pepper for my guac. I'm gonna heat it up. My tortillas. Couple in there. Boom, boom, done. Clean my hands. Little bit of salt. Little bit of pepper. I'm gonna actually add a little bit of Cholula. There we go. Just make it spicy. We love spicy food. I'm gonna mix all really well. Now I'm gonna quickly chop my cabbage. Right here. Grab my knife. I'll bring the camera here for you guys again. Into the bench. And I'm just gonna chop it a little bit. Very fine. That should be enough. Now I'm gonna move this out of the way. Get a plate. When I actually move my board out of the way so you guys can see the plate up. My tortillas are ready. Clean here. Wipe my bench. There we go. Now here you guys can see it right there. So tortillas. My guacamole. I'm gonna add the fish. A little bit of cabbage. There. Okay, and finish it off. A little bit of my Japanese mayo. My spicy sauce. Lots of spicy sauce and my salsa on top to finish it off. Done. Boom. Stop my timer. Get it here. So this is it. That's my tacos. Ready to go with the capsicum salsa. Super healthy, super light. Let me put the other camera here. So you guys can see I got some texture in there from the cabbage, a nice flour tortilla, my fish, my super simple guacamole, smashed avocado with a bit of salt and pepper, lots of spicy sauce. I use my Japanese mayo because I already had it in the fridge. And I try to present in a way that is colorful, that looks nice. Maybe you guys can put it aside like this. You can add some parsley on top if you like. I'm gonna just grab some here, but you can always add a little bit of coriander or parsley on top, however you wanna do. That's it. Done. Tacos ready. It took me 11 minutes and 37 seconds. It's not quite a 10-minute dish, this one, because there are a few elements. But the one-pan meals that you cook, like stir fries, curries, all those things, yes, you can cook in less than 10 to 20 minutes, no problem. 11 minutes is still pretty good. I don't have a mess. All I have to wash is my cast iron pan here, super quick. I'm gonna give it a rinse. Now I can enjoy the tacos ready to go. Let me have a look at the comments here. See what you guys think of this one. Just gonna quickly wipe my hands here, because if I touch Camila's computer with the dirty hands, you're probably not gonna see me on the Welcome Live. Tramontina, that's the brand of the knives. Let me sit down, actually. Oh, bend over here. Okay, let me get in here. Presentation back. Get myself squared once again. Let me see the comments here. Knives, the Tramontina, that's the brand of the knives that I highly recommend. It's super cheap. It's very good value for money. I use Wusthof, which is a bit more expensive. I paid my one $300, but it's also a German steel knife that is going to last forever. Roof, I have used Spanish mackerel for my fish. I love Spanish mackerel. It's very similar to mahi-mahi. It's quite a meaty fish. Great for tacos, great for curries, great for ceviche, for sashimi. It works a treat. Gabriela, you used to get it at Costco, the best knives. Awesome. Yes, Chelsea, that's it. Spanish mackerel, that's the fish. Boom. Yeah, Simone. Thank you, Chelsea. I'm glad you like it. Super easy. See, that's the thing. It's super easy because I had my cabbage there already. All my veggies washed up. Sauce, I have a sauce pre-made. What I like to recommend my students on the Kitchen Hero program, we always like to have 1 or 2 sauces ready in the fridge. The Japanese mayo, I have bought it because some friends came over and we needed Japanese mayo, but I like to do things like salsa verde, chimichurri, my own mayos, mustard dressing, tahini dressing. There's so many different options that I like to use on my meals. And if you have all ready to go, it's super quick. I just had to cook my fish. It was portioned already. That's what I was talking about. When you are organized, it's super easy, super simple. It doesn't take long at all. Gorgeous, Sasha, thank you very much. Thank you so much. I really appreciate Just Me. I'm not sure what's your name, but for now, I'm just going to call you Just Me because that's what it say on the YouTube here. I'm very thankful that even though you have a toddler, you stayed until the end because I'm very mindful. It's already 9:30. We've been going for 2 hours and a half, and half of you guys stayed right till the end. I'm so happy about that. Thank you. Casa, thank you. Casa... Glad to see it's not deep fried. No dishes just need to con. Yes, no deep fry. I try to avoid the deep fried, Sonia. I always like to eat very healthy, very clean, so I can keep fit and just feel good. Awesome. Thank you, Victoria. Great job. Thank you for teaching us. Look tasty. Thank you, Ian. Thank you so much. Patricia, thank you. What a brilliant night. Sally, appreciate. Thanks for the feedback. Thank you. I'm really happy that you guys enjoyed the night. If you guys have any questions about tonight, guys, feel free to send me here. Donelda, tacos is my favorite too. I love Mexican food. I have worked in a few restaurants in Australia, and I've been to Mexico for a bit. And I love the food. Fresh food element. Awesome. Yum. Thank you, Simone. Great ideas. Ideas will never be a problem again if you get your inspiration back. Join the Kitchen Hero program. Come on a journey with me, and I guarantee that you guys are going to be able to take full control of your kitchen and have the ideas, have more free time, have that extra savings on your bank instead of wasting into the takeaway shop. Thank you. So glad you guys enjoyed. Awesome, guys. Guys, does anyone have any more questions? I see everyone start to slowly go. Look, the live will be, the replay will be saved for a meal time, a couple of days. The replay will be available actually till about Tuesday. And I know, guys, that it might sound challenging to jump on the course. You watch all the lessons and actually take the time to go through the course. It's all very hard. It's hard to make time to cook. It's hard to watch a course and learn everything so we can apply. All those things are hard, but it's also hard not to reach our health goals. It's hard to get an exam from the doctor and not being the result that we want. It's hard when we can't fit in the clothes because we are not losing the extra kilos that we put on for not looking after our health. It's hard not having that extra savings to go on a holiday with our families. All those things are also hard. Sometimes we need to choose which hard we're going to have in our lives. Is it something hard that we do for a while to live better later, or we're going to still making the same decisions that keep on bringing those hard times for us? So it's very important sometimes to try and make a change, go through a bit of sacrifice. Sacrifice is very important. Nothing in life is possible without sacrifice. There's one thing I saw the other day about sacrifice and really motivated me. And it was actually someone talking about sacrifice and the importance of sacrificing things. And he was talking about to be good at anything in life, to excel in anything in life, we need to sacrifice. A lot of times, if we want to be a better mom, be a better father, we need to sacrifice a few things. We need to make some change in our life, change some habits, the way we do things, so we create a better environment for our kids. If we want to be an extremely good businesswoman or a businessman and make our business succeed, we need to sacrifice some hours, work extra hours, sacrifice the time with our friends, not go into the pub on the weekend every time and work more, do things that people would not normally do to reach those goals. And if we want to eat healthier, change the way we cook our food, improve our cooking skills, start to actually have more free time because we are cooking from home, eating healthier, getting our confidence back, getting our self-esteem, we also have to sacrifice a few things. So if you guys don't think the Kitchen Hero program is right for you now, that's totally fine. But just don't get on the habit of staying on the comfort zone. Let's sacrifice more. We need to sacrifice so we are out of our comfort zone, so we get away from this vice of always being in comfort, because that's killing us and that's killing the new generations that always want to be on the comfort zone. The only thing that cannot happen anymore moving forward is you guys eating takeaway food often and wasting that money, is you guys not reaching your health goals, is you not having time for your family because you are stressed and overwhelmed and losing your confidence because you have to cook meals, make last minute decisions on your meals every day. Just don't let that happen anymore. Get the resource from the lesson today. Get those resources, learn as much as you can. The live is going to be here for you to watch the replay. And if it does make sense for you guys, come on board of the journey. It will be my pleasure to give you my full support to change the way that you think about home cooking. Thank you, everyone, for joining here. The cheese boards. Yes, Sasha, the cheese boards. Almost forgot about that. So what's going to happen? I'm so glad you remember me. The cheese board is this one here. Oh, I'm so glad you remember me. Here's the cheese board that we're going to give away today, guys. I'm so glad you reminded me. So how this is going to work? I'm going to take a photo now. I'm going to post it on Instagram. And to entry on the giveaway, all you have to do is go on that post and comment what was your biggest takeaway from tonight's lesson. I'm going to give away one chopping board for every 20 comments that I get. So make sure you go there and share what was your biggest takeaway. Thank you very much, Sasha, for reminding me about the cheese board giveaway. I got so deep into the cooking here that I almost forgot about this, but you're gonna take me about 10 minutes. I'm just gonna do a photo here with Camila, and I'm gonna share on my Instagram now. Donella, the offer will be up until Wednesday morning. Wednesday morning, that's the 24th. The 24th is when the offer will be up until. So you got another 6 days, and the offer will be there. After that, we're going to start the Kitchen Hero program group, and then we close the enrollment until the next group in a couple of months. The next one, I think, will be in July. Only in July now. Martina won the chopping board last time. That's right. Thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you, everyone. Thanks for all of you guys, 54 people that stayed until the end. Sonia, look forward to have you and the hubby into the session. It really makes me happy when I see the wife and the hubby cooking together, because Camila and I do that a lot, and it's a great moment for us to connect as well. So welcome into the Kitchen Hero program. I look forward to helping you guys cooking more, having more moments together, enjoying your cooking, and making this a whole new journey. Welcome on board. All right, I hope I answered all the questions here. Guys, I'm gonna now finish it off the live. I'm gonna quickly take a picture here, and I'm gonna share on my post. So give me about 10 minutes, get in there, leave your comments, and I'm gonna do the giveaway on Saturday morning. So I give 48 hours because more people gonna watch the replay. There were a lot of people in America, in Canada, in the UK who are on a different time zone. They just waking up now, especially in Canada. There were a lot of people, and they also gonna watch the live, and then they also get a chance. So everyone gets a chance to win the cheese board from the Byron Bay Chef. All right, everyone, have a great evening, and I'll see you on the next lesson.